What hotel do I recommend for when you're staying in Japan? Now, this question obviously depends on where you're going to stay. If it's the Golden Route, Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, I can give you a couple of recommendations. I made a video where I reviewed all the places I stayed at in Japan in those cities. But if you're staying, let's say, in Tokyo, I would say, try to stay in the city center, but at the same time, you have to know what your standards and expectations are. So if you're someone who's like, let's say the first time in Tokyo, you don't want to go far out, you don't want to commute a lot, then just stay around the Yamanote line, which is the center line, I would say. This is where all the famous places are, like Shibuya, Shinjuku, Meiji Jingu, Harajuku, Tokyo Station, like all that, Ueno, Asakusa, blah, 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 blah. But you and we probably have different standards when it comes to hotels and what expectations we have. So for me, I care about a bigger room, even if it means I have to commute further from a station that is not in central Tokyo, which I personally didn't care about because I already lived in Tokyo once, so I know my way around. But if you're new and you care about being in the city center, like I said, around the Yamanote line, then I would recommend finding a hotel in that area. And honestly, guys, just look at booking websites, look at reviews. You all are capable. You have a phone, you have internet. If you can post this, you can check on like websites and you see what other people will write. And there's people that recommend the Appa Hotel, which is fine if you're just looking for a place to crash and put your stuff down. And anyway, if you're going to be out all day, you don't really need a big space, right? If that's your expectation and standard. But if you want something bigger, you also have to be willing to pay more, which in Tokyo is going to be expensive because Tokyo hotels are small usually and cramped. So even me, I had one hotel in Asakusa that is pretty famous. It's called Hotel Tavinos, which probably some of you have heard before. It's this manga hotel that has like manga all over the walls, and it's pretty cool. I gotta be honest, it was a nice hotel, but the room was so small. We were 2 people. There was like no space. We didn't even know where to put our suitcases, and it was insane actually for the price we paid. We did pay more than for any other hotel in that one, and we had the least amount of space. So I personally didn't like that, and I would rather go further out and have more space and pay maybe the same or even less than be cramped with a second person. So yeah, you figure out what you want, what you're looking for, and then I would do some research on that on some booking websites, and then just book whatever you think works for you best. I hope this was helpful in one way or another, but with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Jane!